Hi, everyone. I'm glad to welcome you to the SafeUTM webinar. I think we will wait 1 minute or so for some people to join in. Let's check the chat availability. If you hear me well, please drop a message. If the sound is okay, or I don't know, if there are some problems, just drop a message to the chat and yeah, so that I know that you guys hear me well. Okay, all right. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I suggest we start. I will also turn on my video so that you guys can see me. All right. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all to our webinar. It will be devoted to the SafeUTM, our brand new product, which has been introduced to the market just a couple of months ago. And I will try to do my best to present it to you, and we'll have the Q&A session at the end, and you will be able to ask any questions that you are interested in about this product. Let me introduce myself. My name is George Dean. I'm head of global business development at SafeDNS. I joined the company back in 2015. Since that time, I've been working on promoting SafeDNS products globally and seeking for strategic partners. Joining today is our Chief Support Engineer for the SafeUTM, Max. Max will show us some technical advantages of SafeUTM and answer all your questions.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Max. So our webinar will take about 30 minutes. Will not take much of your time. And after that, we'll have a quick Q&A session. And also all the attendees will get an exclusive offer from us at the end of the webinar. So let's go. Let me first tell a few words about the company itself. I think that probably some of you already used SafeDNS products. Some of you are our customers already. But anyways, SafeDNS is an international project that provides primarily cloud-based web filtering solutions for a wide range of markets. We started in 2010 in United States, Virginia, and originally it was the product for US market only. We've been looking for customers to comply with the US regulations and US laws in terms of content filtering and web traffic monitoring only for the United States. But since that time, we've moved to more than 40 countries, and we've successfully started partnerships in Europe, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and we're now working with some major internet providers, Wi-Fi providers, and we are now expanding also to Latin America and to mostly to the Southeast Asia right now. SafeDNS provides solutions that ensure compliance with the requirements of legislation of different countries. This was our primary goal in the United States, and this is what we do when we enter the country. Here you can see the companies, the organizations that we work with across the world. First of all, it is Internet Watch Foundation. These guys are protecting kids in the internet from the malicious website and malicious content, also adult content. And we are also partnering with the Canadian Center for Child Protection and the German Federal Ministry for Youth Protection. As the primary goal of the cloud version is to filter out all the harmful content on the web, we go to these organizations and we include the categories that they block for a specific country in our database, so that in Germany, Canada, UK, people can enable these categories and be sure that by using our filter, they comply with the regulations. In addition to that, our database currently has over 120 billion internet resources, covering all resources in the visible part of the internet. There are around 200 categories which can be customized depending on your needs. You can choose the categories relevant for your country and for your region specifically. The database and the algorithm is precise. It has the automatic proprietary categorization system, which is highly accurate in detection of malware and botnets. Okay. What I would also like to point out, there are no non-existing domains in the database. It means that we are updated on a daily basis. Like every day, there are crawlers crawling the web content to make sure that only relevant information with daily updates is inside the database. As of today, we block up to 70 million cyber threats daily. Okay, so and also not only we are partnering with the organizations that protect users from harmful internet content, we also partner with hardware vendors, and our solution is integrated in some routers such as Davado, for example, in Sweden, and Huawei network equipment. We've had some projects in Mexico for this, and also D-Link and Kinetic routers have our module inside the router itself. Thus, you can set up web filtering protection on a device or a network level. Okay, this was the introduction about the core product, which is web filter. Now let me go further and tell you about the new product that we're launching, which is called SafeUTM. We've been working on it for quite a long time, and we've successfully launched it in July 2022. It's a next generation firewall. It has intrusion prevention system, VPN server, application control, and content filtering module. You can see the basic features commonly offered by the UTM solutions, including deep packet inspection, user authentication, traffic routing, monitoring, and reporting. Today we'll be speaking about the difference between the open source or the so-called free solutions compared to the commercial ones. When choosing a firewall or a next generation firewall, one may face the question, which is better, a free solution based on an open source or a commercial one? Because there are plenty of those, of both actually, on the market. And what I'm paying for when I'm purchasing some commercial solution versus the one that I'm just can get on the GitHub, for example, as an open source. Is there a difference? Why should you consider both, or should you only look at the commercial ones? I will try to answer these questions. And let's start with a spoiler. There are no free solutions, actually. Let's look at the commercial solutions first and the functions that they have. It has, along with the features that I mentioned, the UTM, or the next generation firewall, usually has application control, hacking prevention, content filter, of course, as the part of every UTM solution, resource publication, antivirus, and of course a firewall. So what do vendor of the commercial firewalls usually have inside? Let's look at the commercial solution based on open source available on the market. New generation firewalls are security software that includes the functions of traditional firewalls and advanced functions such as deep traffic control and intrusion detection. Let's look at the most popular UTM solutions on the market as published in one of the Gartner reports. These are as follows: Palo Alto Networks, Kerio, Fortinet, and Checkpoint. I bet you've all heard of them, and they are claiming that they have their own operational systems. But anyways, Palo Alto says that they have the PAN-OS, which is actually based on Linux 4.18, and Carrier Control are using Debian Linux. Fortinet claiming having their own operational system. However, FortiOS is based on Linux as well. Checkpoint, they have Gaia inside, which is actually Linux 3.10. And SafeUTM is based on Fedora Linux, which is Linux kernel 5.11.9. So more or less, all of the solutions are having an open source solution or an open source operational system inside the technology. Now, what is inside an open source solution? Free firewalls are ready-made open source distributions for gateways, self-assemblies, which are based on Linux and FreeBSD, such as Squid, Snort, NetFilter, and Suricata, for example. Examples are in front of you. Those are pfSense, OPNsense, IPFire, NG Firewall, and many others. But what's the difference? And the topic of today's webinar is to see, is there any difference between these guys, like pfSense and SafeUTM, for example? Now, should you go for the open source, or should you try the commercial ones? And where is the catch? The conclusion suggests itself. Why pay if free and commercial firewalls consist of the same components, right? And I showed you that there is Linux inside, but what's the difference for you as the user of this software? Well, let's reveal the meaning of the spoiler at the beginning, that nothing is truly free. The main difference between the commercial firewall or next generation firewall and the free open source solution is the automation of information security process, resulting in saving time for system administrators and developers. Commercial solutions solve security problems for the client, from configuration and implementation to further maintenance while using. Let's talk about the cons of free solutions, and there are plenty of those. Hold on, I'll grab some water. So technically, free firewalls based on open source solutions successfully perform the same function as commercial ones. That is, protecting the network from external threats. And there are a number of details, however, that need to be taken into account before choosing a firewall and before running to the GitHub to get an open source one. Okay, one way or another, you pay with the time and effort to independently configure a free solution. You will be doing it on your side, okay, which does not exclude the possibility of flaws and errors and network security risks. So by doing this, you're taking all these risks on your side. Often for these purposes, companies are forced to consult specialists and obtain third-party advice. There is no technical support available, and self-maintenance is required. Poorly updated and small URL databases are inside this, and all support can be performed by the person who set up the solution, or the developer who's been involved in the code writing for this. So nobody could promptly answer any questions. It also leads to wasting time and effort to solve the problem independently on your side. So complicated by these points above, the process of using free or the so-called open source solution leads to downtime and some failures while bug fixing. So in addition to these, free solutions have a number of significant drawbacks. As I already mentioned, those are poorly updated and small databases, which are also taken from the open sources as a rule. Complex and not that user-friendly interface. Lack of continuity support for self-assembly is tied to a specialist who has configured the firewall. And SafeUTM does not have these problems for you. It all it is all on our side. I will now spare some details on why you should look at the SafeUTM and why is it better than any other vendor on the market right now. SafeUTM is a next generation firewall, a classic one, which has taken all the best from those solutions on the market. And believe me, we've been studying a lot of our competitors before going into this, and our expertise in cybersecurity and significant experience in working with a lot of vendors, hardware vendors, and huge customers helped us a lot to do this product one of the best solutions on the market. So what is the solution based on? SafeUTM includes an operational system. As I said, it's an open source available Linux. And there are own modules that are constantly updated, which makes the system flexible in protecting against modern information security threats. It's a all-in-one solution, having a lot of modules inside, and Max will comment on the modules that are available on the SafeUTM right now. At each stage and in the process of use, we provide technical support for the vendor, and there is no need to additionally go to any forums, search for answers on your own, or contact third-party specialists. Now, this is very important, and I would love you guys to understand that we provide technical support on our side. And for now, as the product is only launching on the market, we charge no money for that. So technical support is on our side. We will help you to integrate the solution, to set it up on your network, and to troubleshoot any of the issues that you might face while starting to use it. All other vendors are charging money for this, as you might understand. We do have the integration with Active Directory. The interface is super friendly, and I will invite you to test this solution later on this webinar, and you will see it yourself. So, new versions are released every 2 to 3 months with updated functionality, optimizations of the modules, and improved web interface. All modules are updated simultaneously and seamlessly. It means that even though you're in production already with this solution, you can just get the update and keep the system up and running. Okay, so the web interface allows you to easily configure the solution on your side. We have up-to-date online documentation, and of course, our engineers are there for you to help. Now, I'm giving the word to Max, and he will tell you a little bit more about the content filtering database, which is very powerful because SafeUTM content filtering module is powered by SafeDNS algorithms and machine learning. So Max, if you can spare some details on the content filtering database, please.
Sure, thank you, George. Hi, everybody. We create the content filtering database ourselves, as you know. Maybe you heard of it because our content filtering service, which is SafeDNS, built on this basis. We use AI and machine learning technologies. Every day, more than 20 million sites are checked, and with the help of thematic and neural network models, our database is created. The database contains about 500 million URLs and 144 categories of content. And as you can see, there is no open source database where can give you such amount and such accuracy of categorization. SafeUTM actually works with the global internet protection bodies, and it takes all the best technology from SafeDNS web filtering. Maybe we should talk about our models. Yeah. Let's look at the SafeUTM models that was created by us. When developing SafeUTM, we mainly work in two directions. This is the integration of our own open source models with each other and the ability to apply all the settings in real time. That is, you don't need to restart any services or wait for any changes to take effect. Everything happens proactively in real time. As you can see, we have done a lot of work and create many models ourselves. For example, end-to-end authorization model that allows you to define users or anything else as an object. This means that they don't need an IP address to be recognized by SafeUTM. Accordingly, the firewall rules will be applied not to IP address, but to that objects that you have created. To integrate with the Active Directory, we wanted to use an open source model. It's called Samba, but it was disgusting and we have a lot of headaches because of it. So we practically implemented our own integration using DCRPC protocols. A lot of effort has also been put into this. We have also worked out the interaction between different models. For example, if we add new network interface on any regular Linux server or any other server, we will need to initialize it in a different services or components like firewall, proxy server, or something else. In SafeUTM, this happens automatically and instantly. Here you see a far from complete list of solutions created by us that allowed us to turn a set of open source products into a powerful, reliable, and user-friendly next generation firewall. George?
Thank you, Max. Yeah, so as you can see, all these modules are available for you and they are inside the UTM solution. And I just want to emphasize that this solution is really a 100% cybersecurity solution for your network. And moreover, the modules are customizable. They can be switched on by demand and as required by your network infrastructure or by the requirements that you have for your project. So this helps a lot to scale the solution from small to medium business, going to the enterprise level. I don't know, government institutions. You name it. So so what's better, commercial or free firewall based on an open source? Only commercial solutions offer to make the process of information protection fast, predictable, and independent. And the fundamental difference is that the new generation firewalls, such as SafeUTM, create conditions for consumer participation in the product improvement, direct communication with the customer, and timely awareness of their needs allows us to improve and adopt the product to them. And this explains the rapid development of SafeUTM. Okay. We appreciate your feedback and we invite you to have the free trial of this solution. And the special promotion that we offer for all the attendees is a 40-day free trial. Free technical support consultations. Our engineers can create a chat with you and with me, and we will easily set up the SafeUTM on your network, help you troubleshoot some issues if there are some. And moreover, what we also offer to all the attendees of the webinar is the comparison chart. If you guys are using already some UTM solutions, please drop the name of this solution in the chat so that we can see if some of you already know what a UTM solution is. If you're not using any UTM solution and you're only looking at this, it's a great time for you to give it a try. Now, to get this exclusive extended trial, you can connect with me directly. This is the email address, utm@safedns.com. You can claim your free extended trial by simply sending a message to this email. If you're using Telegram, here's my Telegram contact. Please feel free to connect with me directly for any questions. So that's actually it. That's all that we wanted to present. I just want to add that this is the first webinar. We'll be doing more, and as the product evolves, we will be announcing all the upcoming updates, some problems that are there on the market for the UTM solutions, and yeah, this was just the introduction and the brief demo of what SafeUTM is. If you have any questions, you're free to drop your questions to the chat, or connect with me directly for any questions. And I strongly recommend you to start the trial and see the UTM yourself. This is the best way to get acquainted with the solution and try it on your network.
Max, here. Can this UTM work with Sonic Firewall appliance? Actually, we didn't test that, but our SafeUTM contains firewall in it itself, so you will not need anything to. You will not need any other firewall inside your network. So all you need is just some machine, virtual or physical one, and SafeUTM. And I'm sure it will cover all your needs, and you will not need any other firewall.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, it can work instead of Sonic Wall Firewall appliance, right?
Yes, sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a question about pricing. Yes, sure. Me or my colleagues can share the pricing with you. If you can send me a message to this email, utm@safedns.com, I will share the pricing with you depending on your use case.
Yeah, it is pure software firewall. Yeah, I can see the question.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are not giving you any of hardware with it, so you can use anything you like, anything you found in the market. It can be, as I said, virtual machine, it can be physical server. So we are providing you just with the software.
Yeah, so the UTM is absolutely vendor agnostic. You can try it, yes, as Max said, either on a physical or a virtual machine. And yes, it's a pure software solution, which allows you. We are not selling additionally any hardware. Thus, the solution is a little bit easier to integrate, and the choice of the hardware is not limited at all. You can choose whatever you want, whatever works better for you. Okay, so thank you guys for attending the webinar. As I said, this was only the introduction. We invite you to test the UTM. Drop me a message, and I'll send you the download link, the link to the documentation, and I will connect you with the support engineers to help you set it up and run the trial. Okay, and we will be having more webinars. So thank you so much for your interest. See you later and talk to you later. I hope you guys will take the chance to test SafeUTM. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, guys. Have a nice day.
Thanks.